What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's IPP here, kids. IRL here. And what I have for you today is we're going to be doing a quick little breakdown of the Tavern Heroes that are available going into Season 2. The first thing that we're going to note is that you are able to unlock the Tavern Recruitment by being Town Hall 8 and then progressing through the campaign that is individually for you. You will eventually reach all the way over here and you'll unlock the Tavern Recruitment. You'll probably get to the Tavern Recruitment little area before you're even Town Hall level 8. Now, let's go into kind of what they are a little bit, and just to make sure you guys know what they are beforehand. They are campaign-specific heroes. You cannot take them into the next campaign. You know, whenever the season ends, they're gone, and you get a new set of them going into the next campaign, Season 3, Season 4. They will not follow you. They won't even have the same skills, and they probably will not even be the same heroes. So I do want to clarify that after reading through. The way that it starts, you're able to hold 1, and then as you progress through, you get 2, then 3. Now, King counters Destiny, Destiny counters Overlord, Overlord counters Conspiracy, Conspiracy counters King. Whenever you have one on your team, it will activate and set the whole team as King. So, now, let's talk about the heroes. And what I mean by that really is just kind of going over here. It'll definitely help explain. These right here, these are kings. Okay? So these can be countered by their counterpart. And basically, whenever you have one on your team, let's say we take this king right here and we put this king on our team. The whole team will then turn into kings. The whole team. So that means we're going to be countered by our counterparts. So, that's how that works. It's basically just another way that they're doing like archers, cavalry, all that good stuff. It's just another way that it converts that into a different set of teams. So, a little bit of a double-edged sword there, because if you get countered and then you also are getting countered via this, you're definitely going to be taking a lot of damage. Now, let's run through some of the abilities that some of the heroes get, because it's all random. I really can't tell you what's going to happen in your season. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is generally kind of what makes a good pair and how you should really be thinking about how to use some of these heroes. Now, you also, this right here is Theodora, but you cannot put Theodora with Theodora on the same team. Even though they have different abilities and everything, you can't put two Theodoras on the same team with a Juwan. Can't do that. What you can do, though, is you can do Theodora, the Tavern Heroes Theodora on one team, and you can use your regular Theodora on another team. So, don't think that they're going to mesh, or you can't put them together, but you can at least put them on separate teams. So that's the main thing right there. They do have specific skills, though. And they even have season-specific cards. So, for reference, this right here, all of your heroes will be considered part of the Conspiracy faction. Requires 1 round for you and 1 ally at random to charge up and active, but increases the trigger rate by 30% and damage and recovery by 108. Definitely a unique ability. Never really seen that before. And most of the other abilities that are paired on there, they'll be random. All 3 of these. You know, all 3 of these are just completely random every time. They start out at level 15. They do start out at level 15, which is a good thing. You don't have to power level them up. Platon, I don't even know, just formation. When each ally, this is a unique one. Each time an ally's active skill causes healing, gain 10.8% critical, tactical crit chance that lasts until the end of the round. Tactical crit chance reaches 100%, gain 1 bonus action in every round. Definitely a unique one right there. That's basically just moving twice. But the problem with Cleopatra was her rolls were Praise Rebirth, which is you increase your tactical damage and healing effect by 15. That's not bad. You grant dodge. You know, it's an okay ability. She has Skyfire. You prepare for 1 round and launch 1 tactical attack. And if they're burning, you launch another one. And then Victory Prayer increases the probability of your own actives. You know, it's just, this is a funny one, because if this was like Insight, I could see it working. If this was Insight instead, this would actually be a pretty cool ability, because you would have your increased proc rate, you'd be doing more damage, then you'd also be getting tactical crit chance. That would have a lot going for it. Skyfire, it's not really that much. The one that I decided to go with, and I thought it was pretty unique, most of the people on our server went Theodora, and most of the people that are doing very well in PvE right now, they're getting the higher level tiles, they went with Theodora. She has a lot going for her with Heart of Avalon. Northern Crusaders is very good. It's a Season 2 specific skill that increases the batter counter of a random unit. So, we've never seen that before, and really without testing what that is, I really can't tell you specifically. I know that it's probably going to counteract combos, right? People aren't going to be able to double combo you. So, that's generally what I can get from it. And she just does very well with other people, especially with the burn team. She does very well, or with the control team because she has Heart of Avalon. The one that I went with is for a little bit later. Heavenly Blade. During battle, all of your heroes will be considered part of the King faction. When you or an ally cast an active skill, and at level 20, it'll have a 30% chance of casting that skill a second time. So, my theory was if I have Oda, Juwan, and Zhang here, there's a good chance that I can have Highest Honor on himself, Flaming Ox formation, and Stable Heart going off again, right? And Oda will then have a chance to do King of War and Insight again. Juwan will have the ability to do his main ability. I'll get Blight Knight Volley for the Master Rubbing, and then also Nika Riots. I was just like, I think this could work. So I ended up going with him a little bit for the later game. And each one of these, I don't want to break down, I don't want to be here forever for y'all. Each one just has unique abilities, and they're even from seasons that you can't even get yet. So they already have skills developed for future seasons. We just can't get them yet. They actually have those on these abilities. And some of them really won't make sense. I mean, they're completely random. I think there's probably like a pool that they pull from for each hero. You know, that's probably the way that I can envision it. But it could be completely random for all I know. So, the good thing is, now you might be asking yourself, how do I advance them? How do I advance them? So let's go over here to Zhang, and I've already got him a 1.5 stars. Every upgrade only costs 50. You also get Tavern Hero badges from just doing your relic. Every time you do a relic, and it'll probably go up as the seasons go forward, or the season progresses, you can get up to 15 Tavern Hero badges every time. So that means every 4 of these, you can progress their star level. And not to mention too, this is just completely free. There is absolutely nothing from stopping a free-to-play player at all from getting one of these and doing very well with them. There's no reason to not be using these guys, really. There really isn't that much reason to not focus on these guys. I mean, they're only, not mention too, their star count or their crown cost is reduced, but their stats stay the same. Let's go over here to our thing. Yeah. Their stats stay the exact same, but they've had their crown cost reduced. So, big boon right there for getting these guys out into the gate sooner, right? So, whenever you get Town Hall level 8 in the early game, I would highly recommend using him if you are struggling to find a team that's working for you. Now, for the final part about what you can upgrade for your hero is you can go over here and you can get them inscriptions. As you saw, we get the inscriptions from doing the relic hunts. You get these rare drops, and what each one does is it's basically an upgrade for your hero instead of gear. Each hero has gear, just like anyone else. If you go over here to your heroes, you have gear attached to each one of them. Instead of gear, which is also helpful because you don't have to grind for this enhanced hero, you can just come over here and pick and choose from each of these and start getting these from the relic hunts and then also equipping them to your hero. So I can come over here, I can enhance it, I can get it up to a certain level. I can get, this right here. So let's just do this. Now, it's level 4. So, a lot of good stuff. So if you have a lower level inscription, which these inscriptions are just gear. Just another way to word it. It's just gear for your hero. But like I said, it's completely free, and there's not much of a reason to not be focusing on this as well. It's just, it helps your guy out a lot. And these get pretty unique in terms of what the effects are, or what all you can do. Like, you can see these last 5 rounds, the first 3 rounds. There's a lot going on with these abilities. So, that is the Tavern Heroes broken down for you. Very unique feature, very nice. Glad it's implemented. I think it's got a lot of usage. I think it'll keep the game fresh instead of seeing the same teams. You will see this randomness now that will come about in every season. That there's just these heroes that you can't predict, but everyone has access to. It's not gatekept at all. So, I think there's a lot of long-term usage to these, and I do think it's a very refreshing thing for the game that they've implemented fairly early on to not make the meta so stable. It refreshes the meta every season in terms of what comes out with the heroes. So, I think it's a very good move. I think it's a unique move. So, we'll be looking forward to seeing what all comes from it. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something today, and stay tuned for more. See ya.